So let's start at the beginning. The devil, that is kind of just a test. Most people have made tons and tons of changes over the last 12 to 18 months. Kind of the planets dictated all this change, all the major eclipses. And it's just kind of a test from spirit going, are you sure? Are you sure you want to change that negative behavior? Are you sure you don't want to test it out again just in case? So be aware. Could be exes re-entering your life, your past job offering you more money to come back to that awful position you left. But it's just a test on whatever behaviors you have changed for the positive. What crosses you here is the Ace of Cups, and these are the God cards. These are the karma cards. So all those changes that you made have really propelled you into a positive emotional state. It does feel like you are feeling more fulfilled. It feels like that you have more trust in yourself and the journey, and that you've opened up your heart. The cups are feels. That's when you have all the feels, and this is like the highest exalted cup card there is. So it does look like with all these changes that you made, you are much more certain in yourself. You're much more positive in the journey that you're going. Even though it may not, you may be walking into the unknown a bit in October, but it does feel like your confidence is there. So just remember your connection with yourself when this test comes, and I think you'll be able to pass it. These two lotuses are lighting up for me. It really feels like you are on your spiritual journey, Scorpio, that you're incorporating all these gifts and intuitions that you have into your everyday life. You may even be going to school to perfect them, but it does look like that this has become an important part of your life, your connection to spirit. And, for those of you that are not religious or, have God in your corner, it does not necessarily mean just the God stuff. It's just our connection. It's our connection to spirit. And for many of you, if you're walking the atheist path, that could just mean hugging a tree, and then you feel more confidence in that connection with the planet. So it does feel like your confidence have grown quite a bit, and your certainty as well. The Five of Pentacles is above here. This feels like it's just a reminder of where you came and how far you have come so far. So don't lose the vision. Maybe it has something to do with that temptation. Going back in time will only bring you back to a lot of the lessons and the experiences that you have already resolved and you have moved past. So it does look like some may be revisiting you. They may just need a little perfecting before you completely release them from your space. But it does look like some things from the past may be kind of knocking on your door to make sure that this is the direction that you want to go. So with this certainty card here, I think you're going to be fine. But the Five of Pentacles sometimes presents itself in a little bit of an argumentative way, or it can affect the physical things in life, money, time, energy, things like that. So it could be somebody that's pulling on your energy, and you just have to be really certain with your boundaries. So it does look like a little bit of a revisitation of the past. So I think it's connected with this devil. But it does look like, the Knight of Pentacles is here, and the Knight kind of creates motion. Pentacles can be money or physical things. So it also can stand for a person. A knight is usually, it can be someone under 30 or a little less emotionally mature than their linear age. This is a pentacle, so it may be an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. And it does feel like it is a person. You do have a lot of discs here, but this one in particular feels like a person. It does look like it's an intimate connection. It could be, a family member, a lover, a very, very close friend, but it does feel like someone is kind of looking to you for advice or has looked to you for advice on their journey. And that does feel like you're getting a little frustrated that they're not taking your advice, but they're coming back to you over and over with the same problem, but not really fueling any resolution. So you're getting a little frustrated with this person. It does look like you've had a discussion recently. It was the same discussion. So don't be afraid, Scorpio, to step up and say, you know, I would really like to see you grow and move past this. You can love them and support them without solving their problem. And if they're really not listening to you, it's okay to kind of take a break from giving them the advice that they're looking for from you. So that is kind of what's happened just in the past. And it does feel very earthy. Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo can be a male or a female, but it's somebody that's just doing the same lessons over and over. Next, we have the Queen of Swords. This can stand for a person. Usually the Queen is somebody of exalted nature, someone that you can rely on. So the Queen usually presents things with a very mature outlook. And this could be an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. But for the most part, it really feels like make sure your words are ringing true. Be very careful with your words. Don't be flippant. Us Scorpios, we have a funny sense of humor, and a lot of times people don't enjoy that, especially when we're talking about something serious. So if someone comes to you to present you with something, make sure that your words are clear, that you're very clear, and realize that they're coming to you for advice. So be in integrity and hold the situation with a little more importance and a little less jovial outlook, a little less jovial attitude. But it does look like make your words ring true. Watch your words very carefully over this month. There is some planetary things that are kind of a little biting going on in the Scorpion aspect. So present with love and kindness, which is always the best way. So the Wheel of Fortune is here in the beginning, and in the future position. And the Wheel of Fortune is a great card. It's one of the higher cards, and basically it says what you put out in the world is what you get. It also stands for really good luck. So you may have some good luck coming to you. So keep your mind and your heart open and keep it positive. Keep that mental mindset positive. Sometimes Scorpios can have that kind of running negative monologue in your head. So it does look like your luck is picking up for this month. A lot of the all that hard work that you've done over the last couple of months, over the last year or so, it's starting to become a little clearer and a little clearer. So it does feel like the Wheel of Fortune is giving you a little positive good luck on your side. So we could all use a little of that. And just things may be a little confusing right now, but just trust in the journey, Scorpio, that the reward will be one of positiveness, as long as you hold that vision of positiveness while you're on the journey. The Lovers is the basis of this line. This may be opening your heart to a new lover, being ready for that. I know most of the Scorpions that I know, including myself, have released relationships or released the way that they were, upgraded it somehow, or just open the communication in their current relationship. So it does look like Lovers can be the focus of October. Go very slowly and gently if this is the beginning of a new love. But it does look like you're ready and open to receiving love and giving love in a different way than you ever have before. It does look like the depths of your passion has been reignited again, whether it's within a relationship or releasing a relationship or creating a new one. It does look like your passion has been reignited. So that's a wonderful thing. Here is the Three of Wands. It is right on top of the Lovers. I'm getting the message that take things very slow, whether it's a new relationship or whether it's an old relationship that you're trying new things. It does feel like you need to wait a little bit, wait a little bit and see how things develop. Really try to connect on that intimate side without maybe bringing the physicality into it for a minute. Get to really know and understand where your partner or your potential partner is coming from, or your future partner is coming from. But it does look like it's time to wait a little bit before you jump right in. So it may be, just don't jump right into a brand new relationship. Date a little bit, get to know each other before you put any boundaries on it, before you put any rules or that huge commitment. So it does feel like you need to wait a little bit, slow it down if it's happening really fast, Scorpio. So the next card is the Temperance, which also falls in line with all of this, trying to find your balance. No big expectations. It is along the Lover's line, so it does feel like this validates taking things a little bit slower when it comes to relationship space, finding your balance a little bit, continuing on what your focus has been on. Don't get caught up in that kind of losing your balance in a new relationship or a new love space in the current relationship. So Temperance is here to remind us, Scorpions, not to lose our balance, not to put all our eggs in one basket, and to remember to make ourselves much more important than we have in the past. Not from an ego standpoint, but from a activity standpoint. There's a lot of you have a lot of things going on right now, and make sure and give it the energy and focus that all these projects that you have just initiated deserve. So make you the priority. Don't lose yourself a little bit in a relationship or in the current relationship or the future. But yeah, make sure that you are grounded with no huge expectations other than to get things done and to focus. The Hierophant here is here, and he's an exalted creature. He is somebody that really embodies all that spirit is. So you may be going back to school, some type of spiritual or yoga school, even reading a self-help book. But it does look like you're adding to your information on a spiritual level. For many of you, you may have wandered back to church after not being there for a while, or just taking some time for yourself. It doesn't necessarily have to be a God thing, but it is making spirit important and kind of looking at the big picture of life instead of getting stuck in the little details of the journey, but really looking at the big picture, taking that next step, trusting your intuition. Scorpions are one of the most intuitive signs. I think water signs all are very, very intuitive. But you have that gift. So trust yourself a little bit more. If it feels funky, it is funky. So trust yourself a little bit more. And the same on the flip side, if it feels wonderful, trust a little bit more in the journey. But it does look like you are incorporating a little bit more of the spiritual things on the daily basis, bringing them with you, that it's not just assigned to Sunday sitting in a pew in church. We are spirits in a body. And it does look like you are taking some of those beautiful skills and some of that magic and using it a little bit more in the daily. And may mean going to class and learning how to really utilize that information a little bit more to your benefit and for the universe's benefit. So be aware that is coming up if it hasn't already become a part of your awareness. But it does look like adding to your tool set, and that it looks like one of the main focuses this month, Scorpio. The Ten of Cups is here. That's a wonderful cup. It's also it's a wonderful card. Tens are the completion of something. And cups are emotions. So it does look like that big emotional journey that you've been taking for the last 6 months is starting to pay off. Really changing those behaviors, looking at things a little bit more neutrally, not taking things personally, and just releasing yourself out of old agreements that don't work anymore, and kind of setting yourself up for the next stuff. So it does look like things have calmed down. Your heart is opening up, and it does look like you're ready to give and receive love if that hasn't been on the plate for a while. If it has, it does look like you've taken a step up in that relationship. It feels a little bit more equal. It feels a little less chaotic. And you're kind of in a kind of warm and fuzzy place when it comes to love and intimacy, it feels. So that is on one side of it. On the other side is the Page of Wands, and Wands, the pages are messages. Wands are usually motion, and this does feel like an important message that may be concerning your current situation, or your workspace or social space, but this feels like something good coming. So you may get an invitation to a wedding, a job opportunity, but this feels like it's something really important that will bring clarity on the current situation that you've been working on. So Scorpio, that is a general reading for the month of October. I'm going to throw a couple of these chakra cards. These are just great chakra cards. Let's see, they haven't really been behaving all that much. So we'll see if one lightens up. Oh, there we go. And we have the quest. So don't forget to keep your eye on the prize. And don't let other people's crisis get in the way of your journey. So keep your eye on the quest and invest in your own quest. So here we go. I think it's this one. Let's look at this one. And soulmate. Wow. So it does look like with the Lovers, the Ten of Cups here, Temperance. Yeah, it does look like you're in line to meet your soulmate, or a soulmate reminder. A lot of times we are reminded by a lovely but quick soulmate experience. And I had a wonderful teacher that said, that's just a soulmate reminder that you still have the capacity to love. You still have the capacity to connect at that wonderful heart space. So I think by taking this stuff a little slower, you'll be able to tell if this is your soulmate or your soulmate reminder, twin flame, whatever you want to call it. But it does look like that is something that you're focused on, that a lot of, you got resolution on a lot of things in life, but now it's time to really kind of look at the soulmate, or how you can create that or strengthen it if you're already in a relationship.